Hi, I hope you can hear me. My camera is pretty far away. I wanted to do an unboxing video today. FedEx delivered my new solar panels, my new solar kit. Now this is a Newpowa kit. It should be just like the last kit that I showed, but FedEx just delivered it. And of course FedEx, being the asshole idiots that they are, left it around front, right under the sign that says do not deliver packages here. This is the second package in a week that they've left right under that sign. Either you FedEx assholes that keep hiring these morons that can't read don't give a damn, or your drivers just don't give a shit. This is a $428 solar kit. It costs $428.51. For that to be left out right there where the people on the road can see this, it's inexcusable. The last box that I got was the die-core that I ordered for the camper trailer. It came in a couple days ago. I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. They left it out front. As soon as I got a notification that it was delivered, I ran out front. Some woman was going straight for that box. When I hit that corner out front, I yelled at her, and she ran, jumped in a car, and hauled ass. FedEx, get your goddamn drivers to do their fucking jobs or fire the son of a bitches. Alright, enough with the FedEx rant. I'm hot, I'm sweaty. I've been doing clothes today, so it's really hot in here. And with me having to walk out front, a good thing I have a small dolly, because I wasn't going to lug these things around here. I mean, they are heavy. They weigh like 70 pounds apiece. But I do have a small fold-up dolly that I use to carry them around the back. And I hurt, I'm tired, I'm sweaty. But, you know, I'm going to show you what I ordered. Sorry about the wash machine. It is going. In fact, it's a little bit unbalanced. So you may hear it over me. If you do, I apologize. In fact, I believe the microphone might not even be pointing towards me. If not, I'm sorry. But I'm going to unbox this for you. Unfortunately, I have no one here to hold my camera for me. So I had to just set it on something. Because I don't have a tripod. I don't have, you know, someone here to help me out with this. So I got my ball over here. My bed's right here on this side of me. Right here is my bed. So I'm going to move these boxes one at a time to show you how they come and show you what's in them. Now unfortunately I don't have any tape to tape these back up, so I'm going to have to leave them in the house until I get some more tape. I will not be able to put them outside in the camper to store them, because I want to make sure no sun gets to these panels. The other panels I do have outside. I've shown them in the camper. They are taped back up, but I ran out of tape. I don't have any, so I have to get some before I can take these outside. But I'm going to show you the Newpowa. It's Newpowa. This is the 400 watt kit. Alright? This is not 100 or 200. This is 400 watts in this kit. And just so I can clarify something, on my last video I talked about the amperage. Each one of these panels should kick out around 5.5 amps. And the reason I say, especially if you're using lead acid, get one battery for every 2 panels. I'm not counting the watts, I'm counting the amps. if you have a car and the battery's weak and you have to put it on a battery charger, those battery chargers come with 2 amps or 6 amps, I believe. 12 to 12, yeah, 2 amps or 6 amps to charge it. Your average solar panel and direct sun produces less than 6 amps. So 2 panels together will only produce 11 amps. And if you're charging a lead acid battery, 11 amps will charge it, but it will not charge it so fast the battery cannot handle it. And it will not charge so slow that it can take 12 hours to charge your battery. If the volume goes up and down, I apologize. Like I say, the camera is way over there. The wash machine's going. The dryer's going. I actually had the air conditioner going because it is extremely hot in here. But I turned the air conditioner off. I have every light on that I could possibly have on so you can see this. Now I'm fixing to move off screen a minute. I'm going to grab one of these boxes and I'm going to open it, hopefully where you can see everything. I'm going to be looking at my laptop periodically because this is recording on my laptop and so it's showing on the screen. So I'm going to try to keep everything in focus and in view so you can see what's in these kits. Alright, let me grab one. Now this is pretty tall. The box itself, let me grab something. Now the box itself is 28 inches across by 36 inches up and down. See if I can get this to where you can see it better. And this is taped really good. Really, really good. Okay, let me get the other side. Ugh. Now you're going, okay, there's your 2 panels. Everything you need, except for the batteries, should come in one of these kits. The charger controller, the wire to hook the panels together, the brackets, all that should come in the kit. The only thing you should have to supply is your batteries and a DC to AC power inverter. And here's one of the panels. This is such a pain. Camera just fuzzied, I apologize. Alright, on the Newpowa, Okay. This is the Newpowa. The last video I did was on my solar panels outside that had a 5.5 amp rating. I hope you can, I know you can't see this, okay? 6.26 amps. I'm going to try to get this in the picture where you can see it. If I can't, I apologize. If that's not in the picture, I apologize. I can't see my laptop. So this is rated for 6.26 amps. Alright, which is higher than the ones I have outside. Of course, these are newer panels. The ones I have outside are 5 years, 6 years old, something like that. So 6.26 amps. These are really a pain in the butt to open. They have this literally up underneath this lip, the cardboard, and you basically have to pull it out and tear it off to get this to. And it's a pain, trust me. Alright. I just want you to be able to see there's the panel. That's crooked. Go that way. Alright, I'm going to move this one out of the way and open the other one. Now remember, I have 4 of these to open. Each one is 100 watts. And here's another 100 watt panel. Now I'm not going to just open every one and show you every one, because I do have to rebox these. It's so hot in here. I apologize. It is just burning up in here. Oh, this one's heavier. This is majorly heavy. Now I don't know if you can see that. There's a bowl in this one. That means this has the hardware in it. Alright, let's open this one first. And the damn rock from where they set it down on the ground out there. It is just so hot, I apologize. Well, at least it's hot for me. Like I said, I usually don't do unboxing videos, but this is one of the cheapest solar kits I have found, and it comes with good panels. There we go. And these are the panels. They're covered in cardboard and this foam to help protect them in shipping. Like I said, I'm not going to undo all these because I have to retape these up. In fact, once I'm done with this, I will have to run to Ace Hardware and get some tape so I can tape them up and put them out in the camper. Alright, last box. This should have the hardware in it. Should. Alright, let's make sure all the hardware is here. Alright. I hope you can see me lay that down. Cable with a fuse holder on it. Let me make sure all this is in here. Cable with a fuse holder. 15 foot of red wire, 15 foot of black. Positive and negative. Connectors to connect all these panels together. This should be the brackets. And there's another box here that should be brackets. Brackets. And this one should be more brackets. More brackets. And they do come with self-tapping screws, some nuts and some bolts so you can mount them. And I'll close this in a bit. And what we're all waiting to see, at least I am, the charger controller. Now this is a 30 amp charger controller. Hope you can see this. If you can't see this, I apologize. Has two USBs on top for charging. Has a temperature sensor gauge that it plugs into here. Here's where your cables go. Here's where your solar panel. Let me get back over here so I can see what I'm doing. Solar panel, batteries, and load. Alright, this is positive for the solar. The first one is positive, negative. Positive battery, positive load, negative load. This has a 5 volt, 2 amp USB plug on top. And it's not a super great charger controller, but it's decent. It's way better than the eBay junk you buy for $20, $30, $40 on eBay. Comes with a little sensor, temperature sensor. And I believe these are for the cables. So you can put the cables in there, crimp them down. And so you can, you know, put this up in here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm burning up. I'm sweating. It is downright just hot in here. Like I said, I got the dryer going. The wash machine just went off. I still got another hour and a half for the dryer to shut off, and then I have to dry another load. So it is burning up in here. So this is the Newpowa solar panels. Oh, these things are such a pain to get off. They got their cardboard on there pretty good. This kit, once again, if you want the link to this, let me know. I'll be happy to send it to you. I did get this off eBay. Let me repeat that in case you didn't hear me. I do not sell any of this stuff, first of all. I don't get commission. I don't get any money from anybody. I don't get YouTube money. I get no funds whatsoever from anywhere. No one sends me anything to try and review. This is purchased with our money. My girlfriend works her butt off for this. This will make 1,200 watts of solar total that we now have. And before you ask, 1,200 watts will not run a house. Somebody made a comment and said that $1,500 worth of solar can run a whole house, even two. One, they're wrong. You have to understand something. When you're using solar, it's not just about the watts. You have to worry about the amperage, the amps. A battery can charge with lower watts, but you have to put those amps back in that battery. When you hook up your car battery charger, if you put it on 2 amps, it takes forever. I mean, literally. It can take 4 days to charge a car battery if your battery charger is on 2 amps. If it's on 6 amps, it can still take anywhere from 6 hours to 11 hours to charge a car battery. Now, this is a battery you are going to be using constantly, most likely. Now, the reason I have 3 different solar kits instead of purchasing one giant kit is the main reason: the cost. I can take every charger controller that I have, all 3 of them, I can wire into my bus bar. Positive to the positive side on the bus bar, negative, negative side. And you go, okay, that'll only give you 30 amps out of each one. That is true, but your batteries only charge at a certain rate, no matter what. They only charge at that rate. It would not matter if you had a 100 amp charger controller if your batteries can't take that 100 amps in. Now, lead acid batteries are real good about charging pretty quick if you have a higher amperage. But, you know, when you start your car, it doesn't take that much power out, so it doesn't need that much power put back in. If you let your headlights on for 3 days, it takes a while for that battery to charge back up. A good while. So each one of my charger controllers is kicking out 30 amps. Now, with everything we're going to run in the camper trailer, we'll definitely be under 30 amps. But I say 2 100 watt solar panels per battery for a reason. You don't want to overcharge it too quickly, and you want it to charge fast enough you can use it if you need it. Now, each one of these charger controllers has a load. I've already done some experiments on the load, and you've seen that. Whatever my other 30 amp charger controller can handle, these can handle. Now my other charging controller doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't have the digital junk. It is just a charging controller. But it seems to be built better than the newer stuff. But off the load, say off the load off this one, remember it can handle 30 amps. But just because your charging controller says 30 amps, you are not getting 30 amps. I'm going to use the specs off of my other solar setup because this one has a higher amperage output, and I already figured that one out. Alright? On 4 solar panels, the old ones that I have, not the new ones, the new ones are much higher. Let's see. Alright, it says 6.2 amps on the new ones. I'll see if I can do this in my head. 6.2 amps. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah. Hair. You know, right here. 6.2 amps. I'm going with 6 amps. 6 times 4 is 24 amps. So the maximum amount, give or take, I'm counting on will be 24 amps out of these 4 solar panels. The other one I have outside that you see constantly, that I've had out there forever, those are only 5.5 amps if I remember right, something like that. Yeah, 5.5 amps. So these output a little bit higher. So off of 4 of those, it would only be 22 amps. The amperage on these is higher. So I would have more amperage from these than off the other ones. But either way, off the load setting, right here, load, I can use one of these to hook up to a laptop to run during the day. I could even run it on that amount of amperage. I could run a laptop, some lights. I could run this fan over here off a small power inverter or even a large power inverter. But you have to understand something. Going through your load, if you didn't buy one of those cheap $20 eBay pieces of junk, and this is a warning, if you buy a 100 amp charging controller off of eBay for $20, $25, do not ever put more than maybe even 20 amps on that. Those are not built that well. There are people that have tore those down on YouTube, and watch that. It's basically a circuit board with a couple MOSFETs, and the 100 amp charger controller is the exact same with 2 extra MOSFETs or something like that. That can burn your house down. Do not ever buy one of those cheap charger controllers for running anything, I would even say over 20 amps. A good 30 amp charger controller can run you $80 up. You want to have safety. You don't want to burn your house down. You don't want to invest $400, say, let's say you bought these panels individually and you got them for 80 bucks a pop. That's still 360 bucks. Right? Then you have to buy the cable connectors, the cables, the brackets, and the charging controller. You're better off, much better off, buying a complete set if you're wanting to go solar. If you have medical equipment that needs to be charged to use, a small 400 watt set like this one with a couple batteries, and that's some extra you're going to have to buy, of course, is the batteries, but a small set like this would charge your medical equipment. Could it charge something like a power chair? I personally do not own a power chair. I do know if you have the right DC to AC inverter, You can hook that up to a car, which does kick out way more amperage than the solar panels do, and you can charge a power chair that way. So as long as the sun is out, I don't see why it would not charge a power chair. Just make sure you have at least 400 watts, at least a 1,000 watt power inverter, at least 2 dual cycle marine batteries. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink here. Oh, I hate cold coffee. Now, this is the Newpowa. It comes with everything you need except for the batteries. If you have the fuse here, I don't recall if this came with a fuse. Of course, I would never use this to go from the solar charger controller to even the batteries, and certainly not to an inverter. This cable is way too small. .30-amp fuse. But these cables, these wires, to me are way too small. Do not try to pull 30 amps through something like this. I mean, you're going to be pulling more than 30 amps, I guarantee it. Excuse me again, my throat is just really dry. Oh, that is nasty. Now, I'm not telling you to go buy one of these. Absolutely not. If you're wanting to get a solar setup, a solar kit, oh, excuse me. It's just so hot in here. I'm sweating, and it's hard to breathe in here right now. And I'm just sweating up a storm. But if you're wanting to get a solar kit, $428.51 is what I just paid for this. 2 months ago, I literally looked this up. 2 months ago, this exact same kit that I ordered was $408.51. So in 2 months, think about it, 2 months, the price jumped $20. And it's the same kit. Alright, I'm fixing to grab some coffee real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, cold coffee sucks. Okay, it is really super hot. I apologize. My throat's dry. I'm sweaty. It's hot in here. I'm just, well, the dryer's going, and it is probably 105 degrees in here, literally. Much better. Now, I'm not telling you to buy solar. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I don't review products that, nobody sends me products to review. I don't get paid big money from YouTube. In fact, I don't get paid anything from YouTube to show you what we have, what we purchased. And 1,200 watts of solar. If I wanted to, I could get some more cables, connecting cables like this, or some connectors. I could hook all 1,200 watts up to a single charger controller. But a charger controller that big is probably $600 for that one charger controller. So if you're paying more for a single charger controller than you are for a complete set, that's, to me, not a real good thing to do. If you're going to do that, find a really good charger controller, and these solar panels are probably $80–90 each if you want to do it that way. But remember, you have extra cost. You also have the connecting cables, the wires, the brackets, the nuts and bolts, the screws, all this other stuff you would have to buy separately. Like I said, I'm not telling you to buy anything. But if you want a good set, now these panels say they will produce more than my old panels by ½ an amp each. Well, 0.7 of an amp, something like that. So even a ½ amp each, that's an extra 2 amps out of 4 panels. Which, I believe it'd be higher than that. Anyway, I'm facing to have to shut this down. I apologize for the length of the video. I hope you can hear me. Like I said, I normally don't do unboxings. Normally, once I get something, I check it, and then I, show you what we got. Now, I do still have to go through all these and look at the solar panels, make sure there's no breaks or anything in the glass. So I would open it anyway. And like I said, if you want solar, start small. Don't just go spend a bunch of money. Figure your needs. This is the easiest way I can tell you to do this. Figure out what you want to run, for how long, and then go from there. 400 watts is not a lot. That's why when I started buying stuff, we only had the one 400 watt set, which actually was 300 watts, and I added 100 watt to it. But that's enough to run our deep freeze and our little mini fridge on timers. Do not try to run something like this full time unless you have a huge battery bank. Excuse me. The easiest way to think about solar is solar panels charge your batteries. Your batteries run whatever, and then your load can be used to discharge extra power or be tapped into to run things when the sun is out and it's putting power out to that load. Remember, on a cheap, super cheap charger controller, even the ones that say 30 amp, push no more than 1/4, literally 1/4 through that load on the $20 charger controllers off of Amazon and eBay. And I'm talking about under 30 amps. If you buy a 100 amp charger controller off of Amazon for $20 and you try to push even 1/4 of 100 amps through that load, there's a real good chance you're going to catch your house on fire. They are not built for that. They're basically power regulators that lets power go one way and not the back way. So be careful when you're choosing your equipment, as far as if you're building your own set. You can always have 2, 3, 4 of these sets connected to one bus bar, and then that bus bar feeds into your battery bank. You could have these connected to the batteries directly. Any way you want to do it, that's up to you. But make sure your connections are tight. Make sure the wires you have or connections on your batteries are large enough to carry that, especially the amperage and whatever watts you're going to be pulling out of it. Alright, I'm fixing to go. I am so burning up, and I have to run to the store and get some tape, because I have to tape these up and get them out of the apartment because they're literally in the way. Anyway, this is the Newpowa 400 watt kit. I'm going to show you everything again. It came with this worthless piece of junk with the fuse on it. I would not use this for anything unless it is a very small DC to AC inverter, something like that. But nothing, a 400 watt, sure. This cable I would not use for a 1500 watt or 1000 watt inverter. It's just too small for that. All the connectors to connect your solar panels together and feed out to your battery through the wires. 15 feet, black and red. Now 15 feet is not a lot, so think about that. Think about where you're going to set up your solar setup. This is only 15 feet, each color. The brackets, nuts, bolts, and screws for the brackets. And of course another box of brackets. And the charger controller. All this came in one kit. Like I said, I'm not telling you to run out and buy solar. And I understand most of this video I've been talking because I want you to understand something. Solar is not the cure-all end-all to solving your energy problems. When I was demonstrating the charger controller on my last video, the 15 amp, a little bitty cloud, just made that power completely drop. So, you know, you need to consider that. Anyway, I am fixing to go. If you have any questions, or if you want to know where I purchased this from, then hit me up in comments and I will see if they have any more of these in stock. It is on eBay. Alright, if you go to eBay and type in Newpowa, hold on. Newpowa, Newpowa. Their kit should show up. They do have a more expensive kit, but I looked at that more expensive kit. It's like $30 more than this one, but it is the exact same kit from what I could see. I don't know if they've upgraded the charger controller on the more expensive kit to a 40 amp, but to me a 30 amp is plenty for just these 4 panels. But if you want to know, hit me up in comments and I'll look them up on eBay myself and I'll send you a link. Like I said, I don't get paid from these people. I'm not sponsored. So, you know, you're more than welcome to buy whatever solar you want, if you even want solar. If you want solar, remember there is extra cost for any solar setup or any solar kit. One, the cables. You have to upgrade your cables from your battery to whatever power inverter you have, unless it's just a rinky-dink power inverter, nothing more than 750 watts. If you have a 1,000-watt inverter, 1,500 watt, 1,100 watt, 2,500 watt, or whatever, upgrade your cables. Make sure that your cables on your batteries are at least 2-gauge cables, so it can carry the current while you're using it. Let's put it this way: 2-gauge or bigger cable, which means 2-gauge, 1-gauge, 0-gauge. Because the higher you go in wire size, the smaller it gets. So make sure you have good terminals, good wire, and heavier wire for running stuff, which is going to be an expense. The 2-gauge welder's wire that I use, it was like $60-something for, I don't remember how many feet. If you're only hooking up 2 batteries, 2 or even 3 batteries, you'll only need 3 feet of each color, red or black or red or blue or whatever you want. I prefer red and black. Red is hot, black is negative. So to hook up 2 or 3 batteries, you only really need 2 or 3 feet of cable, and once you put your terminals on there, give your batteries just a little bit of space in between them so they can breathe. If they have to expand, they can expand. Hopefully they don't, because if a battery's expanded, well, it's no good. But give them a little room for air to circulate around them, especially with lead acid. I'm trying to think of what else I can say. If you want, I can show you more stuff with my other solar panels, my older ones, because these are going to be packed up again once I check the solar panels, make sure there are no cracks or anything. They seem to be in really good shape, and once I check them, they're going out in my camper. So they will not be hooked up at all until we get over to the Rosebud area. Once we move the camper there, these are going with the camper, and we'll have power over there while we're over there. And I'm just going to be leaving them there. Hopefully nobody steals them, but you know, what can you do? Anyway, if you want to know more about these, look them up on eBay, Amazon. Look on YouTube and see if you can find somebody with reviews on these. And I guess that's it. I apologize for the length of the video. I really hope the sound turned out on this, because I've already unboxed it for you, and if the sound didn't turn out, oh, this is gonna suck. I apologize for being angry at first in the video, but FedEx, I've had it up to here with FedEx, and they're bullshit. I wish somebody would actually just sue that company out of existence, because they just don't care if stuff gets left at the wrong door or your stuff gets stolen. I've had numerous things stolen from here because FedEx, Blue Care Express, UPS has left it at the wrong door, and they just don't care. But mostly it's FedEx. Anyway, I'm fixing to go. This was an unboxing and showing you the solar panels. I did not show you every one of them because it's such a pain in the butt to get all that cardboard back around there to stay once, you know, this stuff's ripped off to actually open the panels where you can see them. But that's it. I apologize for the length of the video. I hope the quality's okay. And I am sweating my ass off. Anyway, till next time, I thank you for watching, and maybe enjoyed the video. I hope so, and everyone have a good day. Bye.